Thanks so much to all my patrons. Join now to help support the channel and help pick the books that I review. Link in the description. And I am done. Okay, so I just got done reading Graveyard of Demons. This is book 5 of the Saga of the Forgotten Warrior series by Larry Correia. And I want to give you my unedited thoughts upon finishing this book, which was literally just right now. So, yep, really liked it. If not loved it, 4.5 out of 5, I'd say. Right in the middle of 4 and 5. Really good, not quite as good as some of the other entries. In fact, one of the weakest entries in the series. I'd say like the second book and this book, both are the only ones where I've had some criticisms, but they're minor. It's a great book, 4.5 out of 5. Great stuff. Really enjoyed it. It's really hard to get like in a long series like this and a 6-book series, which is ultimately what this is, which I've never heard of a series that's 6 books. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure there are some, but I've never heard of it. Or not that I can remember. But the second to last book in these longer series can be really hard because, like, essentially what you're doing is things have to be rolling downhill really fast at this point. But you can't really conclude anything, and that's tough because none of that emotional payoff can hit. And the things that you've been prepping and there's the surprises that you want to come and the lore that's finally going to hit, like, none of it can really work right. And that was ultimately one of 2 problems with this book, is that it didn't feel like the others, where the others felt like a really self-contained story. Like it had a very well-defined plot where when I look back on it, I'm like, that was the book that featured this one thing in the arc. And like there is a very definitive thing that happened here, but it didn't feel like a closed-ended thing. It felt very open. It felt like by the end of this, we're just continuing on with it, and we're going to keep riding that wave into the final book, which is a really fun wave to be on. But I'm guessing that when I look back on this, I'm going to consider like the books 5 and 6 as kind of like one big ending. And maybe I'm wrong. We'll see, because I haven't read that last book. And I don't know anybody else that's read the series that I talked to about books, and so... Yeah, that's one of the problems here. The other problem here, and it's minor, is it definitely leaned a little more into the relationship side of things, like very minor. It's like, I don't know, like 25 pages of the whole thing is like a romantic subplot here that felt like a little tacked on. Like it didn't feel natural to me, felt not really consistent with the character that I know. But it was easy for me to eye roll that and move on with the cool stuff. So moving on with that. What did the series, so I had a couple negative things to say about it. What did the series have? It had the awesomeness that has been going on, but then ramped up, right? Like the series is known for badass moments, for just being this cool, fun, exciting, kind of badass story. And we got that ramped up because there was a lot of battle going on here. We haven't had a lot of that going on until this point. We've had a cool warrior and his small band of warriors with him kind of whooping butt. But this one, you actually have like full scale conflict, and it's exciting. And I like that kind of thing. When I read stories in fantasy, I'm more there for the plot and the political side of things and the character side of things. But a good war scene is really fun, and that's really what this was. That's a lot of that came around this siege discussion and the big, huge scale battle and the surprise battle, that kind of stuff. And so it turns out Correia can write good battles. He's done a little bit of it before, but he does a good job. Keeps it, of course he does, because the rest of the writing kind of plays into that sort of thing. But yeah, it's just a lot more of the stuff that we've known and loved about the series up till now. I can't really say too many spoilers here, but ultimately go check out the series. It's awesome. The weakest I've given a book in a 5-book series thus far is 4.5 out of 5, which means it's one of the better series that I've read. One of the most enjoyable, certainly. And you all need to read it. So I'm going to keep this really short. I just did a review for the previous book on this like 2 weeks ago, and I loved it so much. And this is so rare for me. I'm so like planned out my reading, and I go many months between reading like the next book in a series because I'm reading so many. It's like I almost instantly picked up this book after the last one. I read a book or two in between, but pretty dang quick because it's like, you know, these are so perfectly written. You know, they're just fun, action packed. They don't overstay their welcome. They're just really enjoyable, mix to throw into to the reading arsenal that I have. So, yeah, great stuff. Can't wait. So my plan here, just to let you know, is probably going to go a little. I'm going to probably make that last book back into my regular rotation, back probably 2 or 3 months until I finish it. And then assuming I really like the last book, which I'm confident that I will, I'm going to do like a series overview and try to kind of pitch the whole series as a whole to everybody, or to a different kind of audience, that I think needs to get eyes on this. Cause like the later I go in these reviews, really the people that are watching this are the people that have already read it. I want to kind of market this to the people that really need to see it. Cause this is, certainly a very underappreciated series. It needs to have more eyes on it, and let me do my part. And then I'll probably check out some other stuff by Correia. I don't think you can. Can you see it? Can you see this row right here? Well, right below that, this row right here is like all Correia. His publisher at Baen sent me like all the books that he's ever written, and it's a bunch of Monster Hunter books. And I want to read at least the first one and see what that's about after I'm done with this. So, sometime early, mid 2026, I'll be checking out the Monster Hunter series, and we'll go from there. So that's it for me. Thank you so much, and as always, happy reading to you. Thanks again to all my patrons, with a special shout out to my Ascendant tier and Librarian tier patrons: Amy, Alex P, Anna G, Brady K, Doused, Darren, Jerry, Jonathan, Nev's Book Channel, Ron Reich, Ryan L, Sydney Baker, Anna, Blair, Eric Cannon, Joe UK, Kat Mick, Ricky Iman, and Sky. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video, and if you want to watch some more content from my channel, click over here and I've got some good videos for you. Thanks so much.